Greetings, Slash, and welcome to the Well, today, maybe a bit late, but we got the new character, and supposedly got a bit fixed in that regard. To an extent. In terms of damage, he still lacks, it's still incorrect on his block. The damage is still incorrect. When it comes to the rest of the kits, there is some new combos since I've since I did the stream on Friday night. No, I already failed the first one, but the pummel kicks still hasn't changed at all. So, crushing and bites. We're gonna fully continue. And we just back away for RJ. Yeah. Could have easily stopped that one, and I proceed to do nothing. Yeah. That's on me. So you do still have to work for the character to actually do his job. That and not mess up sometimes. That being said, though, it'd be real great if they could hurry up and fix the display damage, because we still have the question unanswered. Because right now, clearly, his real damage is 1,300 on his block. Even though we've seen legendaries and epics with a higher damage. Anyway, pummel kicks again. Straight down. And for today, we're just going to be running 4 teams. Just because we're going to still include the other team, but we're swapping in every Zeo team possible. Yeah, go ahead. Burn that ever. And then sweep, because that's exactly what's going to happen every time. Yep. And so to relate to everything else about it, we're still going to deal with the same boring things in Casual Tuesday if we keep seeing the same Camille. Anyway, let's try and do this one without missing the sweep. Hey there! Technically, I could use a double pummel kick, another one right after that, just because, but yeah. Now here's the free 5,000 damage from Camille's 3 cost. None of which was cared about properly. Yeah. Breaker! You did 3 cards. You've done 3. Wow. And instead of being normal, you just do another one of those. Yep. Pummel kicks. And they don't rotate. Great, they're just gonna try and heal here, aren't they? I don't even have a breaker. So all I can do, there's their block. Throw another one. Block here. Yeah, you just, we're not even gonna need to cancel. We don't even need to. Just get out. That being said, compared to his initial release, he at least got his dodge properties and obviously his sound effects. But in terms of his actual problems, yeah, he's still, as I mentioned, his block is still incorrect. That damage is not following it yet. But at least he has some better combos. To an extent. They're still not great. His primary strike is fast. The middle slots, however, is still lacking. You can get a bit of extra damage here and avoid it, but yeah. Combo's over. Now I have to figure out what I have to do next. Clearly, get hit by something that didn't rotate. Specifically the middle slot. The primary likely rotated. Bad or if it didn't, and I just forgot. Yeah, nope. 1, 2, 3. And here, he gets swept again. Bit of extra damage. If my energy isn't about to reset, you might as well get the extra damage and make it a 3 cost. That's all it looks to me. And this is going to stagger out of range, because that's another one of his problems. If the opponent's hurt box and they are slightly a bit further of a stagger character, well, you're going to run into those problems. But yeah, I don't have a breaker right now, so go ahead. I guess you're going to hit me, but I'm going to hit you back. Poke. Come on. There's your block. Strike it out. You don't have your crit bonus, so I can interrupt. No. Okay. So, baffles. I was about to get ready to punch them, but fine. You just got caught by the Rocky block situation. Yep. A very rare interaction. So yeah, I swapped my team, and I just realized that's... okay, that's getting equipped. I have to swap it. Anyway, we just back away, pummel kicks. And you can get launched. There. But then once again, if you dash forwards, I'm gonna hit you. So you can tell that barely does anything. 4 cost for 2.7. And you can only cancel at the start. So, crushing bite. Here's once, and here's again. It's into the corner, and up you go. With that, we're gonna do it again. Keep dashing forwards and you're gonna keep getting caught. Okay, strike right through! So yeah, I may have swapped the teams, but I'm probably still gonna only use the leader, if possible. Now, to explain the block situation, yeah. That's not a block attack. That's a counter to a block. So, meaning, because the little thing called transitioned into a different attack, I did activate my block first. So I would have lost ability. If it wasn't for the fact that I transitioned into an actual attack. So, 2 separate cards. Mine was second. It became the second one. It would actually do the same thing here. If he activates his block, and then hits me, even though I activated it before it happened, it still counts as the second one, just like all the other ones. Anyway, it's gonna probably... Yep, okay, that's something. Great. And it activated, so I could have stopped it. If only I pressed the right card. But yeah. Same thing as per usual. Damage, non-existent. Speed-wise, seems to be the only thing. Special combos-wise, doesn't really seem to be anything special either. Just because it's still the same problem. There's Aurico. Go ahead. What's it gonna be? Camille. Real original with that, aren't you? Yep. Okay, here we go. No blocks? Really? That's clearly not helpful. Nope. 7 AG. And yeah, see, even if I wanted to do something, it's still gonna be the slower one. What next, huh? You're just blocking in my face. Great. I'm not gonna be able to knock out with this, but I do have a plan. Let's see if Twin Axes! Launch them. Listen, I'm just... Oh, of course, too early. Too early. Simple as that. Teleport into the attack before, instead of actually playing as the counter. Delay it slightly. I even can try doing it as someone whiffs their Camille assist, because that's everything they're running. One virus. Are we expecting... Oh, close up. Great, no rotation. And then a block. At least you got it this time. Seriously though. Just enough. It's enough, Vengex. We're gonna delay it so we can do a different combo. You know, one that actually makes use of this. Bundle kicks. No Mac allowed. Let's see here. Back white. Yep. Teleport. That's the thing. That's the timing I didn't get. Breaker. Yep. They're gonna super here. If anything they don't, it's be a waste if they don't. Crit. Not needed. The virus would kill. So yeah, that counter state only lasts for 1/3 of a second. Basically, just use it like a regular block in that sense. Dodge first, don't. It doesn't work on a delayed attack. Most of the time at that point, you're not going to be able to teleport into the opponent if they're using something ranged. Interrupt you. Nope. Great. No active hitbox for me. And they didn't think about using a block. Okay. Nope, Ollie. Great. Still in range, but they cancelled, so now they spent 10. Now they spent 10 energy. I should cancel. Is he gonna whiff out? Nope, he doesn't even whiff his own attack. Looks like they tested it against himself for some reason. Instead of being normal. No, you will not. You cannot do that. That is not a valid combo. And this is not gonna kill. So, what next? What do we do here? No Fern? No Fern yet. Okay, so 7 AG, and there. They actually rotated. Well, on to the next team. But yeah, so far, I can tell you this much. It's not as a bad release or anything along those lines. It just feels incomplete, especially since he has an epic talent tree. Yeah. There's a lot of things that I'm just not sure on what even happened. Because clearly, he wasn't meant to be a legendary in the first place. Especially with how his block is just the way it is. The fact that I didn't even think about making it a 2 cost at this point. Like, what happened? And yeah, I just saw that. They just teleported. Go ahead. Nope, too close. Do it again. Yep. And that's Billy. Okay, you have too many blocks. Only 1 breaker. And there we go. Managed to hit it first. Get launched. And we'll sweep again. No, you will not. Sadly, though, it looks like we're going to have to bonk them over the head. And then back away. Expect the block orb. Yep, there it is. You get launched. And let's see. Do you get hit? Yes, they do. Okay, crushing bites. Come on. Stay in your corner. And here you go. You're not paying attention. We're going to end up hitting you with pummel kicks instead of while you're trying to do the breaker. By the looks of it, that's a no. Let's see what kind of combo you got. Primary strike into too much delay. And up you go. Kick you away. And fly right through. And yeah, that technically can happen, but I wouldn't even say so. That's just because of bad choices from them. Nope. Punishing strikes. If you dare think about using Kimberly again. No. Punishing strikes again. You can stay in your corner because, yeah, the problem is you can't even spam his primary slot all you want. It actually doesn't work. Just because of this. It just doesn't exist. Your block does not last that long. Yep, now they have the crit boost. Stay over there. We're going, nope, of course. You're not allowed to delay. It's not a thing you're allowed to do. Again. We can maybe make them chase me. Pummel strikes. You are dead. Well, that happened. Right after the match ended, my PlayStation expired. Says, when does that happen after you play a match? Anyway, yeah, in the corner. It's about to... Nope, you're too slow. You're not allowed to delay it that much. Up you go. And crushing bite. Come on. You know exactly what's gonna happen if I just cancel it. No? Fine. Easy poke. And 7 energy. Yep, there's the sweep. And you're gonna break her? Yeah, you do. But, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just going to bonk them over the head. And back away. That, they cancel. Right, no, not fast enough. You're a bit too slow on that activation. So we charge right through again. Okay. Well, Camille's just back. To ruin everything. We delay it and launch. There we go. Sadly though, because the primary slot needs to not rotate to get the best possible combo I want. And that just happened. Okay. You're rude. You're just rude. Go ahead. Use Camille. We all know that's what you're gonna do next. She'll be interrupted right now. No. And then they spam the block. Great. Okay. No? Knocked away? Well, I don't think he missed any damage there, but let's see if we can go for a poke. Fine. For once, we'll use Catherine to poke the opponent. All I got was a regular block. Great. Wow. You do not know how to use your character. Great. Well, I'll end with a perfect strike. I really should just start calling it its name. Anyway, another Camille. Great. How many more do we have to count? Sure, it's been at least half of the matches already. And, okay. Well, perfect timing from the bridge. They've shown another thing that can happen. Well, let's try the first one. We're going to stun you twice, but we're going to launch. And then we're going to throw a car. Great. Great, they didn't dash instantly. But I can do that to your breaker as well. Okay. Fine. You're not dodging it. So here, I'll just launch you. There you go. Another crushing bite. And strike you down. Back away. Fine. It doesn't hit high enough. And no. Why don't we just super here? And then we're gonna do this. Guess what? What's gonna happen? There you go. It'll whiff. And I can get away with just not getting hit by that in general. And great. No! Charge into them! And that's a Mac. Put the correct team setup. Fine. Can we just be faster? Nope. And he timed it right to where he didn't accidentally get himself dazed. But I don't get set on fire. Fine, fine. Okay. Here's a car for you! And fine! It's fast enough as well. Not even getting slowed down at all. Great. We're gonna launch you! And with that, crushing bite. This one, stay in your corner. And back away. Nah, they were fast enough. And then we're out of range. Okay then. Great. And then a dash. That is Udana not rotating. And no super yet? Yep. Nothing yet. No! Seriously, can you rotate at least? Or at least try? Well, they did. They did. We can dodge this one. Sweep you. And let's see if we get a nice little combo. There we go, we launch. And crushing bite again. Do not try and just dodge again. You could have easily gotten a strike. But clearly the game only wants to give you one Udana. Got kicked again from the game because he couldn't find an opponent. Well, basically, very close to the ending of the recording, but yet, this is what it wants to do. Anyway, add another Camille to the list, I guess. That's all it's gonna end up being. Thinking about trying to even use the assist slot is not gonna help. Yeah, get swept. How about we just dodge something if we can, even? Nope. That doesn't work either. Don't just rush it. If anything, I should just waited and block them. Anyway, to the corner. And interrupt you first. You paying attention? Or we're going to delay. For launch, we're going to hit it with a crushing bite. You're dashing. You can stay in your corner and back away. No. Even if I think about dashing forwards and blocking, it's still got a delay. It still has one. Just because of the nice little thing of dash recovery. And it's adjusted. Great. Can I get a breaker to start? Because that seems to be the weakness I need against, to use against him. But clearly, I'm not allowed to block to start this time either. The fact that it didn't even rotate. Punishing strikes could actually just choose, you know, let's rotate to the block for once. But no, if I get hit, it's not going to be that. If I get hit, it's not going to be that. And great. Looks like we're just going to lag as well. Okay, crushing bites, we're going to launch you right here. There we go. And punishing strikes. You're not paying attention, so once again, you get launched. Pummel kicks. It's not your turn. You're trying to catch up, but no. Gonna stay in the corner. No backdash allowed. I've managed to backdash it, but it hasn't helped. Hasn't helped that time. Yep. Okay, don't even think about using the block in the primary. It does nothing. If you think about trying to use this, most of the time, you're probably going to run out of energy by the time you counter their attack. No clue how it's a 3 cost. The fact that there's a bunch of 2 costs running around that just choose. We're allowed to be a 2 cost. Because why not? Why not? Doesn't even do anything special even if you counter. Anyway, this should be fine. Even though I just reset my energy, the animation is not too slow, too short. Launched and still lands every hit. Yeah, okay. No drag down either. We're never gonna see that from Mac ever, are we? We're never gonna see it. So yeah, I think that's the last one. Just like with the ult, or the other one. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have those sounds working every time the game bugs. So yeah. I don't know why Anyway decided to release it as the anniversary character for Legacy Wars when clearly Zio is next month on the 20th of April. But if they're trying to time it with the year, being that they just added Zio Tommy on the main cover, yeah. clearly, this is not allowed here. This is an epic talent tree requiring a level 4 legendary to function, or get the last bit of the talent tree, with this type of effect. Like, what happened? This character was 100% pushed forwards. So whatever we're about to see in April is exactly what we're supposed to see this month instead. All I'm gonna say is, compared to older characters, he's still stronger. Just remember that. All the old characters that don't have anything special about them, he's still stronger than them. Say, all the movie rangers. And they even Rachel Kimberly. She's in a weird situation. You can see her costs. Zanaku. Maybe not. Pumpkin Rapper's a weird one. Cheap enough, but he's got his own niche. Obviously weaker than Zordon. But yeah, he's still fast. But for how he released, this is still incorrect. That's still not the display damage. Everything else is the correct display damage. The super got slightly boosted, but whatever happened here. First of all, you guys have in fact messed up on class-related crit rate, okay? That one has happened in the past, and I don't think it's been fixed either. Let's go to Justin. Defender. 1%. Who was it again that actually was the cheater? Was it Troy? No. Was it fixed? Was it actually fixed? As long as it follows the rules. Remember, defenders are 1% crit rate, balanced are 2% crit rate, and attackers are 3% crit rate. I think they may have fixed it eventually. So I'm not finding the characters that I remember something off about their crit rate, which is good. Okay, after a bit of looking around, it looks like we did at least have a fix happen to those that cheated their crit rate. It probably is in their reveal videos whenever some character has more crit than they're allowed, but at least it seems to be getting fixed. But yeah, the first legendary with an epic talent tree. Anyway, fix this thing. Fix today is actually supposed to get a legendary talent tree, or if you really can't do that, since you've redistributed the damage here, delete the level 3 and 4 requirements, because no other legendary requires you to reach that level. That it was, technically, if you think about it though, the epic talent tree is more expensive than the legendary one. And yeah, then we can look at this. Here's an old legendary that has 2 missing talent trees. Yeah. Same with this one, there's Magna. Missing things. Take a look at Leo. Yeah. All the newer legendaries, Carter is not that new, but all the legendaries that got added after a certain point have always had the ability to get a full 32 upgrades. Yeah, and now then we just got a new one with, yeah, that's 30 upgrades there, then there's Sam. So we can tell by a lot of things, then there's Korag with 3 missing. Yeah, okay. All the older legendaries not having full talent trees, while all the newer ones always have the things. Even RJ. Doesn't... No, RJ was added after Doggy. Right? Where's Antonio? Antonio is added at the same time. 1. Missing 1. So, yeah, in terms of talent trees, just, if you don't want to bother redistributing the things, make it level 2 requirements only. Because, clearly, yeah, he has 1 extra requirement to be leveled up. Actually, no, no. It's 32. He has 6 extra talents that he needs to level up. Yeah. A little expensive here, don't you think? It's not really. It's the same thing as any other epic. But even then, as you can tell, here's the epic talent tree. Here's Ashley's one. They're all up to level 4. Fix your issues. This was clearly a character that got thrown forwards if it really is going to release like this. Still a decently designed one, but does not look to be the intention for... There was never an intention for it to be a legendary, from the looks of it. It's just... Who knows, maybe the stats got mixed up when it had to be downgraded in level, and that wasn't adjusted. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a like, comment if there is something you'd like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, not miss anything, and you can join my Discord, it's in the description. Memberships are a thing, you can become one, and have your name throughout streams at the end of videos, receive the links from thumbnails, as well as join the random Stranger Alliance with priority. Until the next Power Rangers video. Goodbye!